Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go!
Full disclosure here, neither of us have ever once played Crazy Taxi. Like ever. So we're reporting on this with a bit of an unclear reaction, but information about the new Crazy Taxi game has come out, and I guess it's an MMO.
According to SEGA's recent recruitment drive for the game, it'll be a large-scale open-world MMO driving game. According to series producer Kenji Kano, the team is hard at work testing compatibility with multiplayer and trying to figure out a good way to incorporate the Crazy Taxi feel with an online game.
If I had to guess, I'd assume it'd play a lot like The Crew 2, for whatever that's worth.
Welcome to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. This week we'll be covering a lot of controversial Nintendo takes, and a lot of other stuff.
But before we start, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can keep up to date on the hottest gaming news every week. On the topic of racing and car games, a surprising announcement has come to light as it seems Transformers, the popular movie series featuring Shia LaBeouf, is getting a racing game.
The even more interesting twist about the game is that it's going to be a roguelite racer? What does that mean? Well, according to the announcement, it'll be a mix of both traditional arcade racing in vehicle form and dynamic combat in bot form.
The game will be published by Outright Games, which have published titles such as Bluey, the video game, Baby Shark, Sing Swim Party, Peppa Pig, Rainbow High, My Little Pony. This is going to be a high quality game. I can just feel it.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
I mean Peppa Pig.
What about Peppa Pig?
It's a very good point and click adventure game. Most people don't know that, but yeah, no, it's a very good adventure game.
Well, okay then. Additionally, it's not a freemium gacha game. It's going to be a fully fledged video game that's going to be out on all systems this October. So yeah.
The boys did it. Betty and the gang completed the ANA Streetpass Puzzle after 13 years.
Remember when I said gamers couldn't possibly get any nerdier than what they did with the Factorial God Factory? You cannot possibly get any nerdier than this. Well, I was wrong. This is way nerdier.
On July 3rd, someone sent an email to Benny with a friend code and a zip file, stating, "I hope the following information is exactly what you're looking for." Because that doesn't sound cryptic at all. Unfortunately, work didn't start straight away as the sender needed to accept the friend request before they could decrypt any of the files.
And after the code was decrypted and processed, they finally confirmed that they had it. The puzzle that'd been lost for 13 freaking years.
It's incredibly cool that they did this. And now that they have it, they plan on packing up and distributing all 63 puzzles to anyone that wants them. As long as you've modded your 3DS, that is. They also uncovered that it was possible to create new puzzles to distribute via NetPass, but no word on if or when that'll actually happen. It would be cool though.
All in all, good job to the ANA team. We're glad to be there when it happened.
Thank you to Russell Senpai for this news tip. Nintendo's legal rampage is in full swing yet again as the company filed 2 major lawsuits in the state of Washington last week. Specifically, these lawsuits were aimed towards 2 individual resellers of the Mig Switch cartridge, a third-party data backup tool.
Yep, this tool was exclusively for the purposes of backing up data. In fact, it was so advanced that you could even load the data of other people's backups. Wow! However, unlike other methods, these were third-party Switch cards that you actually plugged into your Switch. So if you wanted to be a good boy for a while, you can unplug and be fine, at least in theory.
And that theory was tested and proven false, as a ban wave was sent out to any Switch that used a duplicated game certificate. So you've got pissed off customers with a now bricked device, and like everything we've said at the beginning, they're not the only ones that are pissed at these guys. So here's the weird thing. It'll probably be controversial to say, especially for me, but Nintendo of America are in the right here, for once. We're in agreement in modding and emulation for the most part, but the guys that made the MiG did something really stupid, and you can't help but think they're getting what they deserve.
So we have 2 defendants, James and Ryan, who are resellers of the Mig Switch products. There's no franchising involved. These guys just buy whatever stock they can get and resell it in the States. While not illegal like anything currently in the topic of emulation, it's in a gray area. And in an even grayer area was another project they were selling on their storefront, pre-hacked Switch consoles. What's definitely not legal, however, was them including pirated games with these purchases. So really, it's no wonder they got sued.
What's even stupider is that these guys had an easier out than the lawsuits. James and Ryan were each served a cease and desist by Nintendo, and each responded in a different way. James ignored the C&D while Ryan said he would comply with the order, but instead continued to run his operations like normal. So effectively, they wanted this.
Anyway, on a different note, the MiG Switch itself is kind of sketchy. It uses proprietary software to do what it does, so who knows what it could be doing to your PC or Switch. If you trust it, go for it, I guess. Just be careful, as while the devs may or may not be watching, Nintendo certainly is.
Speaking of Nintendo not liking people going in the back door, Nintendo has stated that they will be trying to ban any inappropriate use of their characters on the internet. LOL. Lamau even.
You're never gonna catch me! You're wasting your time!
In a recent shareholder meeting, Nintendo's president, Shintaro Furukawa, was questioned by a shareholder on what he planned to do about inappropriate use of Nintendo IP, as he had come across cases on social media where Nintendo IP and games were used inappropriately, which he believes would damage the brand, like a boomer.
Perhaps intelligently, Furukawa responded with, "I will refrain from commenting on individual cases, but we believe that appropriate action must be taken against any behavior that undermines this policy." Furukawa continued without specifying what that action might entail.
Now, it is possible this was simply a bullshit answer given to appease shareholders, but if you're a fan of 26 Region SFM, -8, or even The Boogie, it might be time to back up your favorite videos. That said, have they not watched Blizzard with their Overwatch porn thing?
Overwatch is only popular because of the porn, in case none of you knew. Our final story this week comes from Pelswick, and it seems like someone is making a Cyberpunk multiplayer mod. Thank God.
For those of you who don't know, Cyberpunk was originally supposed to have a multiplayer mode shortly after its release, but because Cyberpunk was so broken on release, fixing all the bugs became more important. So a group of people simply called CyberMP said, "Fuck it, I'll do it myself."
While details on the actual mod are scarce, we do know that it will be very similar in concept to the GTA Online role-playing servers. Gameplay itself already looks pretty fun, so if you want to get into the mod, you can either wait for it to be public, which will happen soon, TM, or you can join the team's Patreon for early access.
Which good, because after what Rockstar did with GTA Online, by locking quality of life features that many players have wanted since the game was launched behind a paywall, GTA could use some good competition. This week's Buried Alive banger, a segment where we cover a game our community doesn't think has had enough attention, is called Life is Not Auto.
Life is Not Auto is a rhythm game where you must stay in beat as the organs of a little girl as she grows up and lives her life. It's challenging, just like being a woman.
I mean, it's true.
Right, anyway, it's fun, and the music is cute, and hey, you can even meet Truck Coon.
And here's the games coming out this week.
All I know is Angerfoot, and that one game with the house that has legs. And here's the schedule for the week. It's a week of one-offs. Ellie will be doing a vet game on Sunday, finally, so look forward to that. I'll also play Dark Souls or Sekiro, since like 20 of you have asked me to do so. But also, I'll be considering streaming Final Fantasy XIV for no reason other than to give you all an aneurysm. But we'll figure that out.
And that's it for this week's Necro News. If you like what we do here and want to keep up to date, subscribe to the channel.
If you made it this far into the video, put a hedgehog in the emote so that I can have the hedgehog that Ellie never let me have.
And as always, a very special thank you to all of our channel members. If you want to support us even more, consider joining.
We're also still trying to raise funds for Ellie's live 2D model, and also to make her play Kingdom Hearts while I tell her all the lore of the story. So help out by donating to the Ko-fi link down below. Anyway, that's all we've got. So until next time, goodbye. Prawn.
Prawn.